What's up, Raiders? So I want to continue our discussion about angle pairs, and in this talk we'll specifically focus on complementary and supplementary angles. So anytime you know that angles are complementary, all that really means is that they add up to 90 degrees. And anytime angles are supplementary, it means that they add up to 180 degrees. And we've seen a couple scenarios of angle pairs where this has been the case. We talked about the fact that anytime you have a straight line segment array, that all the way across is going to be 180 degrees. So anytime you have two adjacent angles, adjacent meaning right next to each other, that when you put them together, like in this case angle A and angle B, when you put them together, they make a straight segment. They have to add up to 180 degrees. They're supplementary angles. And complementary angles add up to 90. So another way that that could be expressed to you is you could just be told it's a right angle, because by definition, a right angle is a 90-degree angle. So there's a couple different ways that complementary and supplementary angles can show up. You might directly be given the names complementary and supplementary, or you might indirectly be told that angles are complementary if they're part of a right angle, or if they're a linear pair of angles that make a straight segment. So let's just take a look at a couple simple examples. Let's first do one with some complementary angles. Again, complementary means that they add up to 90 degrees. So let's say we have a situation like this, and we're told that this is a right angle with the notch there. So we know it's a right angle. And then we're told, and then now we have another segment that breaks this apart into two smaller angles, and we're told that the smaller angle is 20 degrees. And the question might be, well, what's the measure of angle A? Well, here we can use our knowledge of complementary angles. We know that the measure of angle A plus this 20-degree angle, when you put them together, collectively, they're complementary angles, they have to add up to 90 degrees. So to get what the measure of angle A is, just subtract 20 degrees from both sides. And we see that the measure of angle A is 70 degrees. And if we kind of just tie that back into the definition of complementary angles have to add up to 90, and lo and behold, 70 degrees and 20 degrees, that does add up to 90. So now, taking the same thought process, but applying it to supplementary angles, angles that add up to 180 degrees. So again, anytime you have a straight line segment array, collectively from one side to the other is 180 degrees. And now if we take this straight angle and break it up into two individual angles, collectively these two individual angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So let's say that this angle right here is unknown. We'll just call that angle 1. And angle 2, let's say that that's a 40-degree angle. So then the question, what's the measure of angle 1? Well, we know if these angles are supplementary, that means they add up to 180. So the measure of angle 1 plus the 40-degree angle we know, put those two together, they have to add up to 180 degrees because they make a straight line segment array, and any straight line segment array adds up to 180 degrees. So in this case here, this is our unknown, the measure of angle 1, so we got to get that by itself. So undo everything that's happening to it. So subtract 40 degrees from both sides. So the measure of angle 1 equals 140 degrees. And if we, again, tie that back into the meaning of supplementary angles to begin with, 140-degree angle and a 40-degree angle add up to 180, so they're supplementary. So if you have any questions, like always, you can get me on the Remind app, or you can send me questions directly from the help tabs on problems in OdysseyWare. Take care, Raiders.